Hi, it's Celia here from LTR Coaching, and I'm going to take you through some core exercises that are great for running. So they're functional exercises that will improve your running form and improve your strength when you're running, focusing on that movement that you make when you are running. So we're going to start down on our backs with our lower back in contact with the floor and head and spine in neutral. Knees are over hips and ankles should be in line with your knees. So then we're going to just take one foot down about an inch, hover it off the floor, and then back into that position. So we're going to do alternate legs, one at a time. So reps wise, you want to be aiming for 10 reps on each side and around three sets of 10 to 12. So if your lower back does start coming off the floor, then what you need to do is just stop for a minute or a few seconds and reset, and then you'll be able to carry on with really good form. Okay, so we're going to bring a little bit more dynamic movement into this exercise now. So we're going to, as we bring one knee in, the other knee is going out. So it's a little bit more like running. Remember to keep breathing and push your upper body into the floor. You might feel your shoulders are starting to lift off the floor. Just keep them in contact with the floor. And remember to breathe. Okay, and then when you've done your 10 to 12 reps, you can bring your knees in and just have a little rock from side to side. Maybe a few circles in your lower back and around the other way. And then we're going to go on to all fours. So the next exercise, hands are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And we're going to bring our leg out behind us with our toes pointing down. Now when you get into this position, the tendency can be for some people to start twisting. So just keep your hips level and in line with each other. Think of a straight line coming across here, and that helps you to engage your core. So we're just bringing that leg out behind us and then bringing it in towards our chest. So again, 10 reps on each side. I'll do one more on this side and then swap. And again, being aware of this upper body, because we can start holding tension in here. But focus on your core and also look at the floor. So you're keeping your gaze down at the floor, and that helps keep your spine in neutral. So I'm going to do one more on this side. You can carry on, pause the video, carry on. And then we're going to bring our arms into it. So it's the opposite hand to opposite knee. And remember to breathe, so we can breathe in and then out. So bring our knee in. One more on this side and then I'm going to swap. And again, we're thinking about keeping those hips nice and level and also try not to twist in the spine too much. Keeping everything level, keeping a neutral and relaxed gaze as well. So relax your face when you're doing these exercises. We tend to hold tension in places where we don't need to. Okay, so hands down on the floor, knees back down on the floor. Next exercise is we're going to go into a plank position. So bring your hands again around shoulder width apart. We're just going to press up with the feet and you're aiming for a kind of triangular shape. So you're in a straight line. Your bottom shouldn't be too far up here because then you're not engaging your core in the same way. So when you're in that position, we're just going to bring our knees in up towards our chest. Alternate sides, so again about 10 reps on each side. I'll do a couple more just so you can see. And remembering to breathe. And then you can lower yourself down onto your knees and then back into child's pose, just to release for a little bit. It's always good to, when you finish doing the exercise, just find a way of releasing for a few breaths. It helps you to reset for the next exercise. Okay, so the next exercise is standing. So we're going to come up to our feet and just bring your knee up around hip height and then back down. So we're going to do that and hold. And then on the other side, bring it up and hold, and then down, up, down, hold, down. And again, we're thinking about looking straight in front of us, so we've got a neutral spine. We're not arching, and we're dropping our shoulders back and down behind, and trying not to hold tension in the upper body. Okay, so I've just swapped side again. So I'm just bringing my hand into it now. So it's the opposite hand to opposite leg. So you might find you a little bit wobbly doing this. So if you are, just put your foot down, reset, find your neutral again. And then on the other side. So around 10 to 12 reps on each side. If you need to pause the video and come back, that's fine. Okay, so last exercise we're going to do is kind of modified. In yoga, the pose is called a dancer, but it's more related to running. So we're bringing our knee in and our opposite hand, and then we're stretching out. So we're bringing that knee in and the elbow down by our side, and then stretching the arm out and the leg out behind us. So again, the tendency here is for these hips to start opening or twisting to the side. So think about keeping those hips stable. If you want to start with, you can hold your hips and not bring the arms in, just so that you can feel what happens there. And if there's a drastic kind of shift, then you need to try and stabilize yourself a little bit more in your core. So bringing the knee in, arm in, and then stretching out. And again, with your gaze, we're looking about 45 degrees on the floor in front of us. Okay, and then we'll do a few on the other side. Now, one side you might find this really easy, and the other side you might start wobbling about everywhere. So you bring your knee in, and then stretch out with the opposite arm. Remember, if you need to put your hands on your hips to see whether your hips are moving about a lot. It's a bit wobbly. It's totally okay to kind of reset. I think this side is my wobblier side. Definitely. And try and relax the other arm. Okay, one more on this side. Although you're doing 10 to 12 and then 3 sets. Okay, so hopefully, I'm sure you've enjoyed that one. And let me know how you got on. But well done, that's a great core session for you to do. You can always increase your reps as well. Once you've done it a couple of times, and you should find things get a little bit easier, especially the balancing ones. Once your core gets stronger, you find that you're able to balance for a lot longer. So well done, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you.